Hey everybody. I often have people ask me the question, what do I do at the start of a project? And of course the answer is, well, it depends on what the project's about. What I put together in this lesson is just some information about what kind of information do you need to look for based on the kind of project you're working on. So what I've done is I've made some categories of projects, and I said, okay, for this category of project, typically the information you need is this kind of information. And then I've given some examples of actual projects so you can see how that applies in context in a real project. Now, this is guidelines, so I don't want you to take this and say, Jerry said this is the only information that I need for this project. No. So what I've given you is some guidelines, a starting point, a way to think about your project. Any particular project, you may find other things that you need to know. Plus, all I'm putting here is the starting point. I'm not giving you every kind of requirement you're ever going to need on that project, because for a lot of projects you're going to need every kind of requirement over time. But what I want to give you is where to start. What's the important information that you need to start with to get the project going, and as you work on the project you're going to find the additional information that you need to collect. Okay, so with that caveat, I want to show you some sample projects, and here I put a little table of contents so you can see what's in here. I've categorized the projects three different ways. Corporate internal projects, so that's your typical IT kind of project. Creating a product for sale. We're going to look at things in a little different way when we're creating products that we're going to sell to someone else than if we're doing a project inside the company. And then the third category I made was business process projects, because again those are going to look pretty different from the other two. And then under each category I have several different kinds of projects. So under corporate internal we're going to look at maintaining existing software, installing third-party software, updating third-party software, and creating new software. If we're creating a product for sale, we'll look at maintaining an existing product, creating a new product in an existing line of business, and creating all new software. And then finally, under business process projects, we have write the business processes for a new company, change or add a business goal or corporate direction, and update a business process. So again, these aren't every possible kind of project you could ever be involved with, but I think it gives a nice overview of pretty typical projects that we're involved with as business analysts. Change or add a business goal or corporate direction. So we're going to make a change at the corporate level. Not a change to an individual business process, but a change at the corporate level. So for this kind of project, you want to investigate what is the business goal that needs to be changed or that is new, what products and services support that goal, what needs to change in the existing processes to support the new products and services or changes in products and services, and what needs to change operationally. So here's an example project. A fast food restaurant, also called a takeout shop, decides to appeal to the health-conscious market by adding fresh green salads to the menu. This will not be a salad bar, but salads prepared on-site and sold over the counter. So the company needs to create a food preparation area for salads that's separated from the meat preparation area in order to avoid contamination of the fresh vegetables. You need to know who will prepare the salads, how they'll prepare the salads, and where the salads will be stored before they're sold. You also need to know who's responsible for knowing which salads are out of date and cannot be sold, and the process for tracing and disposing of those salads. Your requirement types will be actors, processes, and business rules. A reliable supplier of fresh vegetables has to be located, and a schedule for ordering has to be planned to avoid as much spoilage as possible and yet have enough fresh vegetables for the anticipated sales. You need to know who's responsible for accepting delivery of the fresh vegetables and for cleaning and for storing them, and the process for doing those things. You need to know the current purchasing processes and how they need to be updated for the purchase of fresh vegetables, including knowing what those fresh vegetables are. Which fresh vegetables are we ordering? You need to know how this new product line affects the company accounts and what kind of reporting about salads is required. Your requirement type will be actors, processes, business rules, and report specifications, and you may also need new contracts or updates to existing contracts. Thank you for listening.